Have you ever stopped for a moment, perhaps while climbing a set of stairs or walking through a parking lot, and thought, my heart has been beating without fail for 6 decades or more? And that's an incredible thing. It really is. Our heart is the most hard-working muscle we have, a tireless engine that's pumped blood and life through your body every second of every minute, of every day since before you were even born. Now that we're past the age of 60, giving that incredible organ a little extra care and attention isn't just a good idea. It's the single most important thing we can do to guarantee our longevity and our quality of life. The truth is, as we get older, our blood vessels naturally stiffen a bit, and our heart has to work a little harder. We hear a lot about risks and things to avoid, but what I want to focus on today isn't fear, it's power. It's about the simple, everyday actions that are entirely within your control that can dramatically strengthen your heart, keep your blood pressure steady, and give you the energy to enjoy your retirement years fully. We're not talking about intense marathon running routines or complicated medical jargon. We're going to talk about 6 daily habits, small, practical adjustments you can weave into your life right now to keep your heart strong after 60. These habits come from decades of research into what truly makes a difference in cardiovascular health, and they're incredibly simple to start. When you put these 6 things into practice, you're essentially giving your heart a daily tune-up, keeping that amazing engine running smoothly for years to come. Let's dive right into the first habit, and it's one you might think you already do enough of, but I want to talk about it with a fresh perspective. Find your 30-minute movement sweet spot. For years, we've been told to get a certain amount of vigorous exercise, but for many of us, the idea of a strenuous workout or running miles sounds exhausting, maybe even painful. The good news is, to have a strong heart, you don't need to train like an Olympic athlete. What your heart needs most is consistency and rhythm. It needs to get slightly elevated every single day, just enough to gently challenge it, which helps it become more efficient at pumping blood and keeps your arteries flexible. The sweet spot is finding an activity you genuinely enjoy that elevates your heart rate just slightly for about 30 minutes, 5 to 7 days a week. We're talking about moderate movement. Think brisk walking, not strolling, but walking like you're slightly late for an appointment. Maybe it's a gentle bike ride, dancing to your favorite music in the living room, or even some vigorous gardening that gets you bending and stretching. The key here is consistency over intensity. 30 minutes of gentle movement every day does far more for your long-term heart health than one exhausting hour at the gym followed by 6 days on the couch. If 30 minutes seems like too much right now, that's perfectly fine. Break it up. 3 10-minute bursts of walking count just as much. Take a 10-minute walk after breakfast, another after lunch, and a final 10-minute walk before you sit down for the evening news. This approach is actually fantastic because it keeps your blood moving throughout the day, which is wonderful for reducing blood pressure spikes that can happen after meals. So, your action item for habit 1 is simple. Identify your favorite moderate movement and schedule it into your day like it's an important appointment. Put on your shoes, set a timer, and let your heart feel that gentle, rhythmic challenge. That consistent daily movement is the foundational step to keeping your heart muscle strong. Now, once you've got your body moving, we need to talk about what you put into it. This leads us to the second crucial habit: embrace the power of fiber-rich foods. When we talk about heart health, most people jump straight to cholesterol. And that's right, cholesterol management is vital. But here's the thing, one of the simplest, most delicious ways to manage cholesterol and blood pressure is through what's called soluble fiber. Think of soluble fiber as a little sponge in your digestive system. It comes from foods like oats, Beans, lentils, apples, and flaxseed. As this fiber travels through you, it literally binds with cholesterol particles and helps escort them out of your body, preventing them from building up in your arteries. But fiber does so much more than just grab cholesterol. Because it slows down digestion, it helps stabilize your blood sugar, which is fantastic for managing type 2 diabetes risk, a major contributor to heart disease. Plus, those fiber-rich foods fill you up faster and keep you satisfied longer, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight. So, how do you put this into practice? Make a point of adding just one more fiber powerhouse to each meal. Instead of a bowl of sugary cereal, switch to oatmeal with a handful of berries in the morning. For lunch, add a scoop of black beans or lentils to your salad. Snack on a handful of walnuts or an apple. If you're going to bake, try swapping some of your regular flour for oat flour or adding flaxseed meal to your recipes. It's a gentle, natural way to flush out the bad stuff and keep your system running clean. A daily dose of whole grains, legumes, fruits, and vegetables is truly like giving your arteries a daily internal shower. Now that we've established the two physical cornerstones, consistent movement and a fiber-forward diet, we need to talk about the often overlooked secret weapon for heart health. One that has nothing to do with food or exercise, but everything to do with rest. And that's where we'll go next. We'll dive into the third crucial habit. And it's one you might think you already do enough of, but I want to talk about it with a fresh perspective. Prioritize deep, restorative sleep. We often focus on our waking hours, what we eat and how we move, but it's during the hours you're asleep that your body, and specifically your cardiovascular system, performs its most vital maintenance and repair work. Think of your heart as having a night shift. While you're resting, your blood pressure naturally dips about 10 to 20%. This natural drop gives your heart and blood vessels a much-needed break from the pressure of the day. If you consistently get poor sleep, or if you suffer from conditions like sleep apnea, your blood pressure might not drop enough, or at all, putting significant stress on your heart over time. This lack of restorative rest is a hidden danger, silently increasing your risk for heart attack and stroke. The goal isn't just to be in bed for 8 hours, it's to get quality, uninterrupted sleep. So, how can you improve your heart's night shift? First, try to maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up around the same time, even on weekends, helps regulate your body's natural rhythm, which in turn helps regulate your blood pressure. Second, create a simple bedtime routine. This means turning off screens, the television, the tablet, the phone, at least 30 minutes before bed. That blue light suppresses the melatonin your body needs to feel sleepy. Instead, try reading a book, listening to calming music, or doing some gentle stretching. Third, ensure your sleep environment is cool, dark, and quiet. These small changes help your body reach the deep stages of sleep where that crucial cardiovascular repair takes place. Giving your heart this consistent rest is one of the most loving things you can do for it after 60. Now that we've taken care of the heart's physical needs through movement, diet, and rest, let's move on to the next habit, which is about what we often hold on to, our tension. Habit number 4 is to adopt a daily stress-busting ritual. We all know stress is bad for us, but for your heart, chronic stress is poison. When you feel stressed, your body releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones are meant for short bursts, the fight or flight response. But when they circulate constantly, they raise your blood pressure, increase your heart rate, and can lead to inflammation and damage in your arteries. Unfortunately, life after 60 often brings its own set of unique stresses, whether it's financial worry, caring for aging loved ones, or simply adjusting to major life changes. The key to protecting your heart isn't eliminating stress. That's impossible. It's building in a daily routine to actively interrupt the stress cycle. We need to tell our bodies it's safe to relax. This is your stress-busting ritual, and it doesn't need to be complicated. It could be 5 minutes of deep belly breathing when you wake up, where you focus on making your exhale longer than your inhale. It might be listening to a calming guided meditation while sitting in a comfortable chair, or perhaps it's spending 15 minutes tending to your garden, focusing entirely on the feel of the soil and the plants. The most important thing about this ritual is that it must be non-negotiable. It's your daily appointment with peace. By regularly signaling to your body that it can downshift, you lower the continuous pressure on your heart. You're consciously mitigating the physical toll that worry and anxiety take. This simple, consistent practice is a powerful form of preventative cardiovascular medicine. Think of it as a reset button that protects your arteries from the corrosive effects of constant tension. We've now covered 4 major habits: moving, fueling your body with fiber, getting restorative sleep, and proactively managing stress. These are all habits focused on your internal environment. Next, we'll move on to a habit that involves your kitchen in a surprisingly flavorful way to keep your arteries clean. We'll move on to a habit that involves your kitchen in a surprisingly flavorful way to keep your arteries clean. Habit number 5 is to season with salt substitutes and heart-healthy fats. For decades, many of us have relied on salt or sodium to make food taste good, but salt is one of the biggest silent strainers on your heart. Too much sodium causes your body to hold on to water, and that extra fluid increases the volume of blood in your vessels. Think of it like a garden hose. When you turn up the water pressure, the hose wall experiences more strain. Over time, that constant high pressure weakens and damages your artery walls, leading directly to high blood pressure, which is a key risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. Now, while we don't need to eliminate all salt, especially since our taste buds are used to it, we absolutely need to be intentional about cutting back. The secret isn't enduring bland food. It's discovering the joy of salt. Substitutes. Instead of reaching for the salt shaker, reach for a bouquet of fresh or dried herbs and spices. Garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, turmeric, basil, oregano, dill. These add incredible depth of flavor without the sodium hit. Lemon juice and vinegar are also brilliant for adding tang and brightness that tricks your palate into being satisfied. Make a small container of your own salt-free blend to keep on the counter and use it generously. Paired with this, we need to focus on the quality of the fats we use. Heart-healthy fats are predominantly monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. Think about swapping out butter or shortening for a good quality extra virgin olive oil when cooking. Snack on avocados and nuts like walnuts and almonds. These healthy fats help to raise your HDL cholesterol. That's the good kind, which acts like a tiny garbage collector, sweeping up the bad LDL cholesterol and taking it back to the liver to be processed. By choosing flavor over sodium and healthy fats over saturated ones, you're actively reducing the plaque that can build up and harden your arteries, keeping them smooth, flexible, and clean. Finally, we arrive at the 6th habit, which, much like sleep, is about a daily resource that we often take for granted. Stay consistently hydrated. This one might sound too simple, but it is fundamentally vital for a strong heart, especially as we get older. Your blood is mostly water. When you don't drink enough water throughout the day, your blood volume can decrease and become thicker. This forces your heart to work harder to pump that denser blood through your vessels, increasing its workload and potentially affecting your blood pressure. Dehydration can also disrupt the balance of minerals like sodium and potassium, which are essential for the electrical signals that control your heart rhythm. As we age, our sense of thirst can actually diminish, meaning you might not feel thirsty until you are already moderately dehydrated. So, we can't rely on thirst alone. The goal here is consistent, gentle sipping throughout the day. Don't wait until you're parched and try to gulp down a large glass. That's too late. How do you make this a habit? Make water your default beverage. Keep a glass or a bottle of water on your bedside table, your kitchen counter, and near your favorite armchair. Set a visual cue for yourself. Maybe aim to finish a certain bottle of water by lunch and another by dinner. If plain water feels boring, infuse it with natural flavors like cucumber, mint, or a slice of orange. By staying consistently hydrated, you ensure your heart has the perfect consistency of blood to pump efficiently, keeping your energy level stable and your cardiovascular system happy. So, let's take a deep breath and quickly look back at the 6 daily habits to keep your heart strong after 60. They are a beautiful and achievable framework for protecting that engine of yours. First, find your 30-minute movement sweet spot. Consistency, not intensity, is the key to cardiovascular fitness. Second, embrace the power of fiber-rich foods. Use foods like oats and beans as your natural cholesterol scrubbers. Third, prioritize deep, restorative sleep, giving your heart the nightly rest and repair it needs. Fourth, adopt a daily stress-busting ritual, interrupting the tension cycle that damages your arteries. Fifth, season with salt substitutes and heart-healthy fats, flavoring your food intelligently and keeping your arteries clean. And finally, stay consistently hydrated, ensuring your heart has the fluid it needs to pump easily. These 6 habits are not magic. They are choices. They are a daily commitment to yourself, your future, and your ability to enjoy every moment with vitality. Remember, small, consistent actions taken every day lead to monumental results over time. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Start small, perhaps by focusing on just the movement and the hydration habits this week, and then gradually add the others. The most powerful choice you can make today is to believe that better health is not only possible, but entirely within your reach. Your heart has worked hard for you for decades. Now it's your turn to work smartly for it. I genuinely hope this information has inspired you to take these simple, powerful steps. If you found value in this conversation, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more videos dedicated to helping you live your longest, healthiest life. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 habits do you think will be easiest for you to start today? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Here's to a strong heart and a vibrant life, no matter your age. I'll see you next time.